Manhattan Beach parent or child and you want your schools to be open, the Board of Trustees is meeting tonight online at 5 o'clock, so at 4 o'clock they want to make a big public statement. Tiffany, how are you?
Great, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So do you think, what percentage of parents do you think in Manhattan Beach are ready to have this end immediately?
I would say at least 80 to 90%. We've had a huge sea change, I think you've seen over the last couple months, and our membership in our group, which we formed in June of last year, has gotten up to almost 700 parents. I mean, it's crazy.
What's the story there in terms of the schools? I thought some of the school districts in LA County outside of LA Unified were moving towards reopening classrooms for the elementary kids. What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, in Manhattan Beach, we have had some movement, which has been good, but in our opinion, it's been very much a slow walk. For example, when we were able to bring back our high needs kids, it took us a month to actually execute on that. And then when we received our waiver of TK through second, it took yet another month to execute on that. And we had to submit a plan ready to go a month previous. So there was no reason why we couldn't have flipped the switch just like Las Virgenes.
What are they doing for a month?
Was there any union opposition, or what was going on?
You know, I wish I knew. But I will tell you, I think that Mike Matthews, our superintendent, has been very cautious and almost too cautious and very careful. I do think that the teachers union has been a factor in that because I think a lot of people on our board of trustees do want to open, as do parents, and a lot of teachers want to open. So it's not just the parents and the kids that want to open; it's the teachers.
Well, here's a question. How come you're bringing in speakers from Palos Verdes and the Peninsula School when you're in the Manhattan Beach? What's that about?
Well, I'll have to say, you know, Palos Verdes has been a leader, and specifically Dr. Shurness has been a leader in advocating for students since last summer. He's advocated at the at Governor Newsom's level, at the supervisor's level, and he's been a very vocal person pushing for this. We were hoping that our administration would also be doing the same and really didn't sign on to that. We also have Matthew Brock, who's a board member of Palos Verdes. He's the named plaintiff in a lawsuit against the governor of California, against challenging his order to bar in-classroom education for the 32 counties and 80% of California's children. So they have really been on the front line of this and taking probably a lot of abuse for it. So we are really happy to have them talk to us about how to really get this done and where they see the obstacles are and the opportunities.
Well, you talked about the teachers. You said teachers want to go back. Again, what percentage of the teachers want to go back? And if it's a big percentage, why don't they tell their union leaders off? Why is anybody listening to union leaders?
Right. I think that the unions have a lot of, the teachers are very loyal to the unions. I think the unions have been there for them when things have been challenging. So I think the real secret ingredient here is it's important for school districts to have a good relationship directly with their teachers and to be able to speak to them directly and have those teachers feel very comfortable talking to the administration about whether or not they want to come back and what their needs are. I mean, the most important people that come in and out of my company every day are the employees. And
right,
so if you are a school district... Yeah.
Isn't the scientific research enough for the teachers? What else do they want? They're not going to get anything else. The scientists say, we tested this, you're safe. That's it.
Right. I mean, not only the science, but basically schools never closed in Florida. They haven't closed in some places in Utah. And all over the country, schools are open safely for how long now? And internationally, gosh, for almost a year. So, there's more than abundant evidence that schools are safe to open when mitigating factors are put into place, like masking and social distancing and all those, sanitization. So there's no question. It's just a matter of, I think these teachers have been they're very fearful, and I think they truly are fearful, some of them. Some of them are over 65. Some of them do have health considerations. But that's a very small percentage. Most of the teachers are younger than 65 and don't have special situations at home, but they have been, the media has been, putting the fear into them. Politicians have. Their own unions.
I don't understand. Everybody else is going to work. who's dealing with the public. Look at all the police, the firemen, the grocery store workers, for goodness sakes. So, factory workers. Everybody else is dealing with this. I don't understand why the teachers are a protected species. We all have a little bit of fear in us, and we deal with it. And we do what we have to do, and we take the precautions. I don't understand why they are being so coddled, and nobody's willing to call them out and saying, you're not. Well, why aren't they loyal to the kids? You talk about how teachers are loyal to the union. Who's loyal to the students?
I agree, and I think when you pay somebody, regardless of whether or not they go to work or not, is a huge factor in that, right? I mean, I think our preschool teachers were pushing back when we opened our preschool at the beginning of the school year, and we said, okay, here come the pink slips, and they signed right back up because they don't have those union protections. So I think that the problem lies here is if you have negotiated with your union that they don't have to be in a classroom in order to get paid, then, you're a sitting duck. And we need to change that. Regardless of what happens with this, we have seen how much power these unions have, and that has absolutely got to change. And this crisis has led to a lot of awareness around a lot of changes that need to be made, quite frankly.
Okay,
Tiffany, we appreciate talking to you.
The group is Kids Need Classrooms. The rally 4 o'clock in Manhattan Beach at the Lightgate Sculpture in front of Manhattan Beach City Hall and the Public Library, Highland Avenue. Teachers and, teachers can come too, but parents, kids, anybody else interested in Manhattan Beach, get the schools pried open.
There'll be speakers there. We thank you very much, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. We'll see y'all soon.
All right. Oh, and it says here the Johnny Rockets food truck will be there. You can get some sliders, chips, and a drink for $10.
I'd go too if I could get out of this.
I love sliders. All right, we got your shot at $1,000 with the keyword to text. That's next up.
Layla Muhammad has news.